Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody, this is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tanqueray Hayward.
Hey, everybody, this is J-Darius.
Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody, this is Russell Taylor.
Hey, guys, what's up? This is Ness.
Hey, this is Kenny Allen.
What's up, everybody? This is Cecily.
Hey, this is Corey J.
Hey, this is your girl, Castella.
Hey, everybody, this is Rebecca G.
Hey, everyone, this is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is Bassist Hubert Eves the Fourth.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, what's second? This is Noel Gordon.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma, and you're listening to my friend Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
What's up? Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Bass Entertainment Podcast. Like my girl, Lady Alma said, this is your host, Troy Saunders, y'all. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode because that lady is insane. Miss Van Black is not to be played with, okay? So if you didn't hear last week's episode, please check it out. You talking about somebody that puts together some music that, I mean, it's so eclectic, it's so unique, and she's just a complete original. And it was just an honor to have her on last week. So if you missed that episode, please go on over to www.bassentertainment.com and hit podcast. You can check it out right there. And in case you're just tuning in, you know, you haven't heard of the Bass Entertainment Podcast for the past 4 years. Let me tell you what we do here. We bring the best in indie soul, jazz, R&B, house, inspirational. If it makes you feel good, if it makes you want to love up on one another, if it lifts your spirits, if it puts a smile to your face, that's what we're here to do, because there's so much crap out there trying to bring us down. Hey, we need a spot where we can come and smile and laugh and dance and have a good time. So that's what I'm here to do. You know, I started this in the pandemic, and I'm still holding on to those beliefs also. This is what I want to do. I want to make everybody feel good. And, you know, I'm not going to talk too much more in reference to that. What I want to get to is the brother that we have on here today. I'm going to start off with a song of his first project, at least the first project I know of. And it's called Forever. All right, this song is slamming, so check it out, yo. Feeling that, so I'm teasing you. I'm gonna let it fade on out, y'all. I'm gonna let it fade on out, so y'all can be hungry. So yo, what? He let that song fade out on us? Yeah, because I want you to go over there and support it, brother. I want you to go on over to all streaming platforms and click in and check out Mr. J-Darius. Yeah, I didn't say his name in the beginning. I want to hear the song first. I want you to hear the song first. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you all Mr. J-Darius.
Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I can't complain. I'm here. I'm talking with you. It's a pleasure. I'm living life.
Yeah, I love that. Same here. Pleasure here.
Yes, yes, yes. You know what? I'm so glad you decided to come on the podcast because you're kind of mysterious.
What makes you say that?
Folks can't tag you on Instagram. We try to find out some information, can't find nothing. I said, I'm glad he came on so we could pick his brain while he's on there.
That's so funny.
So, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, in case y'all didn't know, the name of that first offering is called Let Go. That's the name of the album, okay? So, if you want to know, where that song Forever came from, check that out. That's the first one. Now, one thing I want to say is that as I listen, it just gets better with time. Each project gets better. It gets more lush. It's just, you would give them more vocals on, as you come along. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get to that. I'm going to let you hear the progress as we go along, okay? So let's go back. Now, One thing I did find out is that you are from San Antonio, Texas.
That's right. San Antonio, Texas. Not born, but definitely raised. My dad is retired Air Force, so I was born overseas, but have spent the majority of my life here in San Antonio. So yeah, it's home for me. It's hot, but it's home.
I was going to ask you that because I remember being in the Marine Corps and I remember base being in San Antonio, Texas. And I was in the Air Wing, so we was always hanging out with the Air Force and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, San Antonio's home. Texas is home. So yeah, making music in South Texas.
All right. So what I hear when I listen to your music, I hear a little bit of everything. I hear a little Roger Troutman and Zapp. I hear a little Philip Bailey because you're going for them notes. And
yeah.
What? That's what I hear. What do you hear? What are your influences? What's going on in when you make your music?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up strictly gospel music. Some old school was allowed. So the Stevie Wonders, Luther, those folks were allowable in my home. But a lot of gospel, a lot of Clark sisters and choirs, all of that. So that's kind of like my foundation for my singing. But as I've gotten older and really started to dive more into the R&B space, into the neo soul space, I'm definitely influenced a lot by like Jasmine Sullivan, Lauryn Hill, Maxwell, Anthony Hamilton, like those real soulful voices, real soul singers. But I love old school, like I'm always going to be the Donny Hathaway and Marvin Gaye, those real 60s, 70s soul pioneers. Like those are the folks that I'm listening to, casually on a Tuesday.
Now, how did you, well, you only look like you about 25, so you must have started listening to that when? Your grandparents must have played that music.
A lot of that was a lot of my research when I got to college, because when I got to college, I kind of had the freedom then to listen to whatever I wanted. And so I spent a lot of time like diving into that music and really kind of feeling at the essence of, okay, what makes this hit your soul the way? Why does it hit your ears a certain way? Right, your Earth, Wind, and Fires. It's like there's something about this music that is timeless. It's classic, and I want to be part of that. Like I want someone to listen to my project and not say, "Well, that was cute," but like they're like, "No, something about that. I want to listen to it again. I want to listen to that again." There's a message there. There's a style in the way he's singing this song that I need to go back and listen to again. And so I really have held true to that stuff that I love, which is that music that you're like, this is just a part of my life. It's part of the soundtrack of my life. And so I want to create music similar to that, where it's just when you hear it, or you're like, I'm gonna keep listening for that. I'm gonna put that on my playlist because it's just gonna be a part of something that I listen to regularly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you said you started in indulging and really getting into it in college. Where did you go?
I went to Texas State University in San Marcos, Texas. So between Austin and San Antonio, so still not very far from San Antonio. But I guess that was just enough space I needed to explore and really dive into that space. But I also the gospel music is really my foundational music, and was in gospel choirs and praise and worship leader and all that kind of stuff. Until I started to branch out and do more of the soul stuff.
All right. Was your folks like, all right, you gonna start singing that stuff? Were they a little perturbed?
You're starting to sing secular music, yes. Right? Like it's like, what's going on here? But I knew vocally my voice aligned more with that soul R&B style. But I've really, stayed committed to making good quality music that you can play in front of your grandma or your little sister. This is music that is identifiable across ages and genres, that's, has a message of some kind. A lot of it centered around love and relationships, but even the complexities of that, I've really held true to that and want to make music that anyone can listen to.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So what did you take up while you was in college?
I studied sociology. So I was a sociology major, psych minor. So I've always been interested in people and where they come from. I'm listening to you and your accent, and I'm already like, I want to figure out more, like, how did y'all get to connect? So.
Oh, I'll tell you that.
I'm a lover and very interested in people and helping people, and just connecting with people. And that's, I think, how the music is an extension of who I am, because I love people. So, people are in the songs, the relationships are in the songs. And if you can hear something that helps you or makes you think about something, then I'm doing my job as someone who just loves to learn and observe and share.
All right, you sure are. You're doing it, man.
Thank you.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean, and you are listening to the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
I see that you was the Lion in the Wiz.
Yes. So no, I was not a theater major. I didn't go to school for theater, but that's just like another outlet for me is, acting, singing, dancing, that whole musical theater scene, which I got into around 2019. So a little bit before the pandemic. You started in the ensemble and then have gone on to have opportunities to play Harpo and the Color Purple production. Most recently, The Lion and the Wiz. It's just like another side passion, but another way to be expressive. And it's different than J-Darius. It's different than being on this stage. It's like, this is a character. This has nothing to do with me as a person. So this is just me diving in and doing that as well. So I like to keep I like to keep it fresh. I like to keep it new. That's why I have so many projects out, because I'm like, well, now I want to try some pop stuff, or now I want to do some R&B stuff. Now I want to, I'm just always wanting to dive into something new and challenge myself.
Yeah. Because I asked who was I speaking to recently? Was it Van when I asked her? I think it was Van. And I said, did you ever think about acting? And she's like, no, it wasn't Van. It was Raquel Rodriguez. That's who it was. Raquel Rodriguez was saying, I get up on the stage and I'm being me. She said, for me to be somebody else is a little more difficult.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
I said, well, it's still kind of like you're still kind of acting when you're on stage. Not quite. You're performing in a certain way.
Yeah. I feel like I feel the perspective of, J-Darius is somewhat of a character, like I feel like because J-Darius is a character, it allows me to say and explore things that I may not necessarily actually do or actually write about. But as a character who is singing songs about life, love, and relationships, this song may not be actually true to my personal life, but within this medium, I'm able to sing about something that is unrelatable to me, but is relatable to people out of the audience who are going through breakups and heartaches and in love and out of love and all of that. And so they have music that fits that soundtrack to their life, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel, for me, I like to use it as characterization. So that way I can go in and say whatever I want. It's not about me. This is about the art that's coming out of this J-Darius character and what I'm able to, express and explore with the audience.
So you're saying that J-Darius is not your mama's name? That's not your name your mama gave you?
No, that's not me. That's not me. So I can say things that maybe I would not. But I think it's fun that way. To me, that's how I approach the art. Is that this artist, this character is a way for me to engage in the world that maybe I wouldn't personally. But I feel like it's an open door to really reach other folks and really have those, conversations.
Okay, because I was going to ask you, I said, were these songs from life experiences or were they, like some people say, I saw my cousin going through this and I wrote this.
Yeah. Sometimes, right? Like sometimes I feel like very small percentage of my catalog is actually about my life. There are songs that I know that I'm like, oh yeah, I wrote this because I was going through this. I think a lot of it is the exploration of creativity, where I'm like, what if my life, or what if someone's life was going through a song like Tonight, where you're meeting someone that you used to be affiliated with, and you think that this moment is deeper and bigger than it is, but really, we're just in love for tonight. And then after this, we're going to go back to how things were. Mm-hmm. Not really my personal experience, but that's interesting. So like, I'm going to write a song about that and see what I can do and make out of that. And like, well, that's an interesting concept. Yeah. And that concept for me is someone's actual life. Like they've had that experience and they're like, I thought it was more than this dance, but it's not. It's just the dance.
Well, I think I lived that one too.
You're right. It's relatable. And I want to be in places. Just because I haven't personally experienced that doesn't mean I can't create something that fits that mode for somebody else.
Well, now since you tossed it up, I was going to do it chronologically. But since you talked about tonight, we might as well just get right to it.
Hey, I'm down. I'm going with the flow.
That's what I'm going to do. Because usually I do it in chronological order. I say, hey, we're going to start with the first project and then work our way to the newest one. But that was such a great introduction. Let's go straight to Tonight, because that's one of my favorites anyway.
All right.
Maybe because I lived it. Hey, this is off of not the latest EP, but the one prior to that, Pressure. And but you got a remix of this song too, don't you?
I do on the
latest one, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna play the one from
the
Pressure.
original.
Yeah.
So all right.
This is Tonight, y'all. Yeah. I know y'all loving that. And if you're not, something wrong with you. You listen, like I always say, if you don't like that song, you listen to the wrong podcast, because that's what we do over here. Yeah, that's just bad. So once again, y'all, go on over to any streaming platform and download Pressure, and you can get Tonight. Matter of fact, do you have a CD, album? You know, people like hard. I'm trying to get people, to purchase some hard copies for a brother.
I have some hard copies of my first and my second. So and my third. Let Go, The Love Project, and No Time Wasted. I do have some physical CDs of those. So if you message me on Instagram, we can get that going.
All right, y'all, you heard him. Wait a second. No. Oh yeah, they can message you. They just can't tag you in something.
Yeah. I gotta see it.
All right. Well, you know what song I was thinking about also is "Love of My Life." Now you had that song on like 3 different albums.
Yeah. Now that song was a personal song. That was a song about my ex-wife and I, and how our love was. The theme of our wedding was a movie premiere, so you hear like a lot of references to like Hollywood and things like that. That was an original song that was about my real life, and did original, kept it on my album, did a remix of it, and that's just one that everyone loves. You got to have those crooner songs that are just the falsetto range, that are just your Maxwell moments, your Philip Bailey moments, where you're just really showing off that falsetto and those high notes. So that's that song.
Yes, it is. So you know what? Let's play it. Especially since one is one of the people's favorites. So if I don't play it, I don't want to get cussed out. So how you have J-Darius on there and you don't play my song? I was like, okay. So this is it, y'all. I'm going to give you a little bit of this one also. Now, the only thing about it, I hate sometimes I'm only playing a minute and 30 seconds, but you be going off on the end.
Yeah. Hey, just trust it. When you download a project, you're getting something that's quality all the way through.
All right, so you'll know. So if you like the first minute and 30 seconds, you really gonna like the last minute and 30 seconds. Well, most songs are like 3 minutes now. Yeah, so we say a minute and 30 seconds. So check it out. I'm gonna play the remix. This is Love of My Life remix, y'all.
Up so high. I'll always remember where we were, and I work to give you all you deserve. You're my one and only, the only one for me. You're the love of my life.
Yeah. You know, that I love those type of songs that just take you away, that put you in another place. And that's one of them songs right there. And I let it play more than a minute and 30 seconds. I couldn't help it. Sometimes it just, sometimes I just gotta let it play a little bit more.
Yeah, when it's good to you, just let it rock.
Just let it rock. Just let it rock. Matter of fact, that version is off the third project.
That's right. The Love Project.
Mm-hmm. And
that was my first full length album.
Right, because EP before that was the acoustic project.
That's right.
Yeah. And you had that song in there too.
I did. I did acoustic version. I sure did.
So yeah, but as you can hear the progress. It sounds more lush. It sounds more. Who do you work with? Do you do all this yourself, or do you have a team that you work with?
I mean, really, outside of the music production, that's me, and an engineer, and especially once I got to the Love Project, I started working with the engineer that I work with now and have on all of my projects. But yeah, the writing, the vocal arrangements, all of that is me, how I want to craft it and present it. That's just me going in and figuring out, okay, how do I want this album to feel? And right as you get into No Time Wasted, that's really where I kind of locked in, where every piece of that album is me. There's no features, there's no nothing. It's just me going into the studio and getting everything how I want it and laying it down and really displaying even more range on that album. So yeah, but each song that you hear is me writing. writing.
Well, what about the music? Do you get tracks and do you write to the tracks, or do you play instruments? Do you put that all together?
Oh yeah. I don't. I'm a vocalist, so I don't play any instruments like that. So I'm working with online producers, some producers in the city, some producers in the state. So it's a lot of networking. It's a lot of searching. Instagram is your friend when you're trying to get a sound or hear a sound or have someone to help you make a sound that's in your head. I work with a lot of producers, and some that I've started to see now, okay, we really vibe. So I really continue to keep working with you.
Who worked with you on that one?
That was a group. I don't know if they're still producing tracks anymore. But yeah, it was just online. That was an online group I found that just did really kind of funky, neo, soul-y, vibey stuff. But they're really talented.
I want to play one more.
Okay.
Off the Love Project. I'll play The Moon and Back.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's one of my favorites, so I said I got to play it. I mean, maybe.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So this is also, once again, off the Love Project. This is Moon and Back.
you just can't deny. I feel like a child, so young and free. Everything is brighter, now I can see.
Yeah. I love the thickness of that. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that's when I first started playing with those, you know, Roger Troutman kind of vocal lines. You know, that's really where I first started just playing with the idea of like, this is a sound that I love. How do I integrate that into my contemporary R&B kind of sound? That was really the first song I really started incorporating that. And clearly it shows up in all kinds of songs throughout my catalog. Just something I don't know, just it fits my vibe.
Yeah, and you work it well.
Thank you.
See, I gravitated to it.
Yeah, that talk box kind of undertone and background vocal. I don't know, something that drew me in. So I was like, I need to be including this some way in my music.
Those your children in the background?
No, no kids for me. So no, someone else's cheering.
Who's cheering today?
Hey everybody, this is Yazara, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't really know about you until the next album. And then I had to go back and hear the other ones.
Okay.
You know? So the next one, the first thing that I heard was Contagious.
Okay.
That was my song of the day, boy. I used to play that like it was contagious. I was like,
There you go.
Yes. That was my song.
Okay.
I was playing. I said, "Did you hear this dude, J-Darius? Listen to this song, "Contagious." Yeah,
yeah. And that was my first kind of like Afrobeatish kind of song. I was like, you know, and that's the thing. I want to have fun. I want to make sure that I'm having fun. I'm challenging myself. You know, I don't want to get too caught up in the genre that I can't, you know, try different stuff, hear different stuff.
And that's, you know, I like the mix. I like to hear people that expand themselves and reach different platforms and try different genres. Because, I mean, some people say, well, I found my niche and I'll just stick with that. That works for some people too. Sure. I like an artist that can really expand and go all over the place and try different things. And, you know, each album is different, but still has it. I mean, that's why I love like Shaka Khan.
Right.
None of her albums sound the same.
No, but it's still Shaka Khan.
Right. You hear that voice, you know who it is. But every album is different.
Right. It's Prince, right?
Right.
Like, it's still Prince. Right. But he is now, this is his wave now. It's a little more whichever way he wants to go. Still, there's that, you know, undeniable tone and style, but he may be a little more rock here. You know, later in life, he was a lot more soul R&B.
Right.
You know, early on, he was way more rocky, you know, so I feel like that's the point of the artistry, right? Like a painter is not going to sit and paint the same painting they've already painted. What's the point in that? They've already done that. Right. What is the new thing? What is the new thing they're putting on that canvas to say, oh, I never saw you paint anything like that before. So this art is the same idea. I'm not going to paint the same picture. It's already done. We got to find something else to do. What else is inspiring you? And so, yeah, that's why you hear each of my albums are different. I'm going from R&B to acoustic to hip hop to jazz, you know, like, and then into pop funk and art like that. because that was where I was at, and that was what was inspiring me at the time.
Yeah. Well, I got to play Contagious, y'all.
All right, let's do it.
In case you never heard this one, you're going to hear it now. And it is contagious. It's that chorus for me. And that boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. So when my band and I, that's usually one that'll be on the set, and I'll get the audience to sing, "Your love is so contagious," and kind of get them singing and involved, and it's just a groovy, fun song, and it's right. You just feel like you want to keep singing it, keep singing it, keep singing it. So that's a super, super fun one.
Yeah, that's like you on a Sunday cruise in your car.
Mm-hmm.
You lean back.
Oh yeah, sun out, windows down, just having a smooth. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I used to have that on repeat right there. That contagious.
I love that. I love that.
And that's what made me say, "Who's this guy right here?"
I love that. Yeah, that's a good. And No Time Wasted was an album where I said I don't want to overthink it. I just want to write it. However it comes, Unbelievable, LA Sunset, all that. I'm just writing it. Done. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite albums where I really was just like, I'm not going to overthink this. I'm going to just write it how I feel, keep it fun, and 10 songs, tight album. Yeah, that's a special project.
It is, because when I was sitting here trying to pick out songs, I was like, daggone, there's so many songs on here that I like.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to narrow it down to. And I said, and we got 2 more projects after that, but we could play this whole project right here. I like, you should have came over when this project came out. We had an album release party.
Man, just, I always am challenging myself again, like I finish something, I'm like, man, that was great. Now what am I leaning towards? That pressure was that pop funk. I want to explore pop. I want to go further than I've gone before, where we really get funky, we really get groovy. Those tracks are more up tempo. I mean, like that was my vibe. I added skits in that one that I hadn't done skits before. So yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's just fun.
As long as you're having a good time doing it, That's what matters. And you being true to yourself.
Exactly. And I, as you look through the trajectory of my catalog, you see that. You sense that, like, this is just something he really loves doing. Going to the studio is just a fun time for me to be like, ooh, I never thought about this, or let's try this, or let me see if I can throw my voice this way. Let me see how low I can throw it. Let's try harmonies we haven't done before. Like, that is what makes it fun. It's art, And as I've gone along, I've started to realize I don't have to overthink this. I don't have to be so serious. I can really enjoy it, live in the moment, and move on to the next thing.
Do other people in your family sing?
My dad can hold a note. My sister can sing. But outside of that, like, I don't come from a family of musicians or singers or anything like that. It's just always something that, captivated me. And, thank God I had a gift that I could then work with from there. But yeah, no, I don't come from a very musical or performance type family.
Wow, that's rare. Most people come, my mama was singing, my auntie can sing, everybody can sing, but that's rare when you say, no, just me and my sis.
Yes, yeah. And my sister didn't start singing until college. So it's not like we grew up singing together. Like, she was like, that's John's thing. He can do that. And then, now she sings backup for me when I do, my performances with my band. Like, she knows all the music. But even then, she's like, "This is as far as I'm going. You got it."
Well, who's singing with you on your it's a female voice a lot.
Yeah, on the first project, my sister's on there. I have a friend, Danica McKinney. She's on there. But I think my voice goes really well with female vocalists, so I really try to, like, bring them in. And like on the latest project, I have Deja Hall on there and Amaya on there. And when I hear a unique, special voice, I'm like, I want to work with you.
This is Matthew Shell. You're listening to Bass Entertainment with Troy Saunders.
Let's do the LA thing. I'm gonna play LA Sunset.
Right.
And then we're gonna go to Pressure.
Let's do it.
And do Sunset Boulevard.
Let's do it.
Now, before we started talking, I was telling you that I said, I thought you was from, LA or something, because, LA, I don't hear no song about San Antonio in here.
Love San Antonio. I know I'm very inspired by California, Los Angeles, Hollywood. You hear me sing about Hollywood, like, just I'm very inspired by that town. And, after visiting, I'm like, just feel something I feel for that city. So I write about it.
Do you think you want to move there?
I would love to. I would love the opportunity. I just think, we need the price to be right.
I know that's right, because they're expensive as hell.
Right. So if the price is right, you'll see me there. If it's not, I'll be visiting from time to time.
Okay. Yo, I ain't mad at you, because people
from California are moving to Texas. So
it's true. It's true. I know a friend of mine that moved to Austin recently. He was from LA.
Yeah. And Austin is becoming that new kind of LA-ish scene. So, it's like, do I need to leave Texas, or do I just need to drive up the highway?
Yeah, right? Shoot. So this is LA Sunset, y'all. That's another one you just cruising on a Sunday on.
I wrote that song. I was heading to a concert in LA at the Forum to see John Mayer. And that was the first time I saw the sunset, how it just surrounds the city with this fuchsia and purple, and just, you're like, what? And what is this? I can't believe this is real. This is actually how the day ends here. And so I had to write about my experience in LA, Hollywood, and just how it made me feel.
Yeah. Well, what brought you to LA back in what was that, about 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2-3 years ago. I was kind of like a vacation, but also I recorded I Want You out there with the producer I was working with. So we were really making like that original track together. So I just was like, I'm going to go see what happens, and ended up recording in an amazing historic studio. And it was just a great experience. And that's when I said, something about this place I really like. So, just exploring.
Hey, y'all, this is David P. Stevens, and you're listening to Troy Saunders and Bass Entertainment. Let's go.
Let me ask you this question. So where the folks going to be able to see you? Are you trying to go on tour somewhere?
Yeah. I usually Instagram is my main way that I really kind of keep people abreast of what I'm doing. This summer, I'm going to be hitting the musicals really, really hard. So I've been cast for 2 different musicals that I'll be doing this summer. So that means I'll be working and rehearsing. That'll be my life. And then those shows will run 4 weekends in a row here in the city of San Antonio. So I'm really excited about that. I'll also be working with my band. We're working on some original music, which is going to be another different and unique journey of music exploration. So we're going to be working and start recording some of those original songs. And of course, things just pop up. So I always encourage people to just stay on my Instagram. But if I got something going on, I will be posting it so you can keep up with me and hear where I'm singing next.
All right, what are some promoters want to get you in their town? Where should they hit you up at?
I do. Instagram is always a good way to start. I do have my email, which is jdariusmusic@gmail.com. I would love to start the conversation to get me out the city and come to sing. I'm excited about future opportunities like that. So my email, Instagram, Facebook, I have all those mediums to start that conversation to get me out and come and entertain, perform. That's what I love to do.
Yeah, don't hold it all to San Antonio. Come on, y'all. San Antonio getting all the love. We'll get nothing over here the rest of the U.S.
I know. I definitely have folks, all over the country, all over the world, who are interested in hearing me in person. So I'm definitely open to traveling and really sharing my unique gift.
So question, can you let us know what musical you're going to be in?
Yes. So the first musical I'll be in is called Beautiful. It is the Carole King musical, the songs that she wrote for her life. And so in that, I play the lead drifter. And so we'll be singing those drifter songs in the musical, which will be really, really fun. And then the second show I'll be doing is Sister Act the musical. And I play the role of Eddie. He's the cop who comes in to save Dolores. In the musical, he's secretly in love with Dolores. And so there's a song in there about, I could be that guy. Like, I could be that guy for you. I'm going to be sweating my life away, doing a lot of choreography and just performing this summer. So definitely excited about that.
All right. That sounds hot.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
What if your fans out there want to fly to San Antonio and see you? I guess they better check on Instagram and see when the show is going to be.
Yeah. Check on Instagram, I'm very communicative on there. So, reach out to me and see what I got going on. Right. And right. Sometimes there are just things that are in the city that I get to do. So, but yeah, no, I would love for folks to come out, stay connected with me. And of course, if you want me to come out to you, let's have that conversation so I can do that as well. I'm all for it.
Yeah, come on now. Let the folks see you.
Yes, absolutely.
So, I'm going to play Sunset Boulevard.
Okay, let's do it.
Because, I mentioned it, but I didn't play yet.
Is the part 2 of LA Sunset. So yeah, it's just another fun song.
And it's on that same trip.
Yeah, it's kind of that part 2, but it carried over into the next album.
Okay. So check this one out, y'all. It's another one of my favorites, Sunset Boulevard. I must have a thing for LA too. I do. I love LA. Some people say, I don't like it. I love the, first of all, I just love the weather.
Yes, that's the number one.
That's the number one, right? Because it's some other stuff that I could do without, but I love the weather. So this is Sunset Boulevard. Yeah. I've been playing all the songs to keep you moving. I guess I haven't played too many of the slow songs because you singing on those too. You know what? Let's play "Fell in Love."
Oh yeah. That's jazzy.
Yeah. This is off Pressure also. This is "Fell in Love," y'all. I'm gonna just give you a back and back hit off of Pressure, because like I said, there's so many songs on that. There's so many songs on the one before that also. So as you see, as each album, as each progression, it just gets better and better.
J-Darius.
We fell in love. Yeah. Like I said, it just gets better and better.
Yeah. This is interesting to kind of hear my music back in this way. To like hear, like when I hear the music, I also hear the work that went into make that single, make that project, who I had to reach out to get this, to get that, vocals, record over here. So this is really cool to kind of hear this music this way. And yeah, I mean, I've worked hard, but it hasn't felt hard. It's been fun to do it.
So what kind of direction are you going on with the next one after this EP?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really going to take time after, we do musicals and stuff this summer. But for sure, I mean, there'll definitely be some new elements when I start recording music with my band. But yeah, I don't know. I'm open. I'm just that kind of person where I'm ready, always willing and ready to explore. And as it comes to me, I'm like, boom, that's where I'm going with it.
So now you say record with the band. So the next one, you might have some, instead of using a track, you're going to have live instrumentation.
Oh, yeah. That would be definitely live instrumentation. No doubt about it. Yeah, that's going to bring its own feel. And it'll be a little more raw. A lot of my stuff is very studio crafted, which I love both. So this will be another kind of exploration of that more raw vocal, more of that raw instrumentation. So yeah, we're just having fun, having a good time.
Well, that's a change right there.
Yeah, seriously.
So people will hear a different side of you with that alone.
Absolutely. So yeah, who knows? We're keeping it fresh. That's what I like to do.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So now we get to the latest EP.
Okay.
It's called Uncover.
Okay.
What were you uncovering?
It's kind of an entendre of words because I, recorded covers on the project, but also, it's a deeper emotional dive with these songs that are covers and originals where, I'm really diving into more of that heart music and, that passion music of like, hey, things are not always the Sunset Boulevards and the LA sunsets, Sometimes it's like, I'm just trying to make it. I just want this to work out. I hope you don't break my heart, and so I really wanted to dive into that and use those covers to uncover, more emotional content. So yeah, it's just a unique project. I've been getting just great feedback from people who have been hearing the covers and just hearing the project as a whole. And, people would message me like, I just play it. I just play it over and over. It's giving me that 90s R&B vibe. Like, I'm like, hey, then I'm doing something right.
Yes, you are. Well, since you mentioned My Heart, let's play My Heart.
Right, let's do it.
Let's give it to the people.
But I just don't know. You say you're with me
Mm-hmm. Now you wrote that one.
Yeah, I wrote that. Yeah, I wrote that. And I also wanted to deliver that song with that big open voice that's just really like pushing to like its breaking point, right? And that's what the song is about. I'm being pushed to my breaking point. So please, please don't let this fall through. But I wanted to paint that with my voice and how aggressive I was singing it to produce that. So yeah, man, I really get into it. I really think and really think about how I want to do this.
Well, it shows.
Thank you.
Because if you wasn't really thinking about it, if you wasn't really into it, that would show too. Sure. And it wouldn't gravitate to people.
Sure. No, I'm very, very grateful. Very grateful.
I mean, but that's the sign of a great artist. I mean, if you think about like Marvin Gaye or somebody like that, I mean, he was into like, unlike, well, I'm not going to say unlike you, but he told his whole life story on
He did.
You knew what was going on in Marvin's life. Okay.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very, very true. I love that. Yeah. And I mean, right. Like for me, I have, we're fortunate in this day and age to have the freedom to create, like I can create from my home. I can create anywhere, I don't have to go to a big, large $1 million studio. I've done that, but we have the opportunity with the way technology is to create from anywhere and share stories, share life experiences. So yeah, it's fun. It's so fun.
And it's so true. It's so different than what it was, like Marvin them days, you had to go to the studio, the studio had to pay for multi-instrument, session players to come in and play.
Absolutely.
Even though I kind of miss that too.
Yeah.
I mean, some of that, I miss because you have orchestration.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of orchestration anymore.
No. And there are certain artists, and that's the thing too, right? Like that's big budget. That's big budget to bring in players. But I love, like the PJ Mortons who still kind of keep that tradition alive, and bringing in instrumentation and, so those are the folks I definitely look up to. I'm like, okay, I want to do, as time progresses, that's the stuff I want to do, bring in that live music. And that's why when I get to perform my band, I'm putting it out there because this is live. We're not doing it exactly like the record. We're jazzing it up. We're improvising like that. You're gonna feel how it really feels in the moment.
Exactly.
So, I love that. I love that kind of stuff.
And the thing about it is like like I said before, you are going to kind of bring that back when you do your next project. You're going to have live instrumentation and so I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, this is your girl Castella, and I am listening to my friend Troy on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
I want to say thank you, man. Thank you for coming on.
Oh,
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I really did. I like I said, hearing my songs back this way has been a really cool experience, and something for me to continue to reflect on as I continue to create and continue to be creative. This was great. I'm really appreciate it.
Well, let me ask you another one. What else is on your bucket list? Because I know your mind is going, in different places all the time. You must have a whole checklist of stuff.
I definitely want to tour in some capacity, even if that's, being a background vocalist for another touring artist. I would want that experience of, what it's like to sing that much, to perform that much, or, even if it's, traveling with an off-Broadway production of, like I'm open to all of that experience while I can do it. you know. So that's definitely on my bucket list, is some type of tour. Definitely, you know, networking with other types of artists. Because, you know, here in Texas, you know, we're a little confined to certain types of music. But there, you know, I feel like there are my other sister, brother, soul artists out there. So continue to network, continue to make those really cool connections, and, you know, just staying creative. That's my thing. As long as I'm having fun doing it, I'm gonna do it.
All right. Do you think you ever want to be on Broadway?
I don't know. I don't know if that's a grind. That is a grind of an experience.
Yes, it is.
I've researched it and heard stories. So, you know, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that. But, you know, I also was telling a friend on Sunday, so, you know, I'm gonna receive my blessing. So if opportunity comes my way, I'm not gonna run from it. I'm gonna run to it. So you never know. You never know.
Hey. Which I totally understand, because like you said, that is a grind. It 2 shows a night. You only get like Sunday off or something. You know, your voice got to be in tip top shape.
Yeah, you got to be in shape.
Right.
You got to be ready.
Yes.
But at the same time, you never know what is challenging and pushing you to your next level, right? It's like, well, I don't know if I want to do that because I've never been challenged to do it. So, you know, that could be an open door to something that I didn't even know that I could do, or would want to do. So, yeah, I'm open to those next doors and next levels as they come. So I'll be patient and see how things go.
Yeah, you just reminded me of we had Jennifer Holliday on the podcast.
Oh, wow.
And she was talking about how she wound up on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that she knew was a dancer on Broadway, and he came to her town. He said, with a voice like that, you need to be on Broadway. And within, you know, he went back and talked to some people before, you know, she was on Broadway. She's like, I couldn't believe the amount of time and the energy you needed, and she said, oh my God. And she said, well, I learned how to hit notes like that, you know, holding notes, because the person that I was doing the first Broadway show with, they was like, all right, you know, Barbara Streisand, I want you to be able to hold a note like she does. So she said, I went home and I listened to Barbara Streisand.
Oh, I love that. And,
you know?
Right. And then she went on to win a Tony, you know?
Yeah.
She went on to win the Tony Award, something that people strive for all their lives. But that opportunity pushed her. She wouldn't have been on that stage. She wouldn't have been at that, you know. No. But that opportunity pushed her. And because she was like, yes, I'll do it. I'll give it a try. You know, that pushed her into her path. So, no, I love that. Love that.
Yes. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna shout that out. If anybody haven't heard that episode, that was a great episode with Jennifer Holliday. We had and Jennifer is such a down to earth. She's from Texas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
a lot of them were from Texas. The Dream Girls, Loretta, Shirley, rather, all from Texas.
And she was so down to earth, and it was such a warm and genuine conversation. So, yeah, check that out, y'all. It's all, go to www.BASentertainment.com, and all the podcast episodes up there. I think we almost up to 130 up there. So go over there and just pick one, you know, pick some. Check them out, because it's all done with love, and it's all done with in a good spirit. So anyway, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. I enjoyed playing the music. Is there anything you want the folks to hear that I didn't play?
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. We went through so much. We could play Unbelievable. That's definitely a crossover song for me.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's been a pleasure. Like I said, I'm on Instagram, J_Darius official, to keep up with all the things I have going on. But yeah, it's been a fun ride thus far. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to the next opportunity as it comes.
That's right. So check him out, y'all. And if you love what you've been listening to, please subscribe. Go to his page and follow him. Go to wherever you listen to your music, download it, stream it, tell your people about it, spread the word. Because, you know, independent artists, it's hard out here for them now, you know. We need to spread the word. You know, everybody said there's no good music out there, but there's a lot of good music out there. You just got to find it.
That's right. That's right. There's a lot of good music out there.
A lot of good music. So much in my head is spinning every week. I'm like, oh my God, I got a playlist that says 225 is here. I mean, 2025 is here on Spotify. And I'm already up to like 200 songs on there that I picked out this year that I really like.
It's amazing.
You know, so there is music. If you don't know where to begin, just go to my playlist. Go to 2025 is here on Spotify under Bass Entertainment. And that would get you started, you know. And then once you start playing that, Spotify will start hitting you up with some other songs. You'll be like, what? Who's this? And who's that? You know? So, yeah, we got to support good music, y'all. You know, music that we like. You know, you don't have to worry about the radio stations because, you know, they're going to play what they're going to play. But speaking of radio stations, don't forget also that on Friday nights and Monday nights, you can listen to the Bass Entertainment Show on Urban Influencer Radio. I'm playing good music on there too, you know? So check that out. Matter of fact, this Friday, I am doing a tribute to the great Aries singers. So I have Billie Holiday, Carmen McRae, Sarah Vaughan, Shaka Khan, Aretha Franklin, Lettucey, Stephanie Mills, Marvin Gaye. How can we forget Marvin Gaye, People Bryson, all these people, Teddy Pendergrass, Brenda Russell. All these people are Aries, and Jill Scott, Mariah Carey, Diana Ross. So in that hour, I squeezed in 14 of my favorites by these artists. So please check it out. It's going to come out with Monday already passed. So today, Friday, it's going to come on at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Okay. And so that means what Central is 5 and Mountain is 4. All right. So you go to urbaninfluencer.com and check me out. Okay. Until next week, let's continue to love one another. Let's continue to uplift each other. Let's continue to smile as much as we can because we know stuff is crazy right now. Start to cuss. But you know, stuff is crazy right now. But we can't let it bring us down into the dumps and bring us into a state of depression. We got to keep hope and we got to keep praying. All right. So until next week, peace and love, y'all. And I'm going to go out with Unbelievable by J-Darius. All right. Love, everybody.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Fall in love is so sweet, and with this love we are complete. We found a love that is so true. We found a love we're stuck like glue. We found a love you find in your dreams. We found a love
Hey, y'all, this is David P. Stevens.
Hello, this is Christian De Masonis, a.k.a. Big New York.
Hey, it's Miss Grinny.
Hey, this is David Sosa, the Latin Prince of Soul.
Hey, everybody, this is Kevin Owens.
Troy. Gordon Chambers in the building.
Hey, this is Letty C.
Hey, it's Helen Bruner.
And Terry Jones.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma.
Hey, this is soul jazz recording artist Frank McComb.
Hello, everybody. This is Ricky Jones.
Hey, this is Sticks Bones, that grooving drummer.
Hey, this is Toy Taha.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Mark the Divine.
Hi, this is Mason. You're listening to my friend Troy on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.